All right, now that we're done framing up our shot, we're gonna move on to lighting. And we're gonna be doing a full setup. We're using a lot of lights. If you're like Mary, I don't have those, that's all right. We're gonna be talking budget options, and by budget, I mean completely free. And again, we're gonna be doing a 4-point lighting setup. So what that means is we're putting lights at 4 different points in the room, and the way it works is the first light, like you're gonna need it. You're gonna need some light. Second light is like a bonus. The third light is like icing on the cake. And then the fourth light is just sprinkles. So that's what I want you to keep in mind as we do this lighting setup. Rule number 1 of lighting is you never ever want to sit directly under an overhead light that is on the ceiling. That is gonna give you these nasty shadows in your eyes that are gonna make you look like a raccoon, and it's not a good look. So the first thing we're gonna do is turn these room lights off. Now that we're in the dark, it's time for our first light in our 4-point setup, which is the key light. This is the main light. It's placed somewhere in front of the subject, and it is the biggest, brightest light. Your first option for your key light, which is absolutely free unless you live in a cave somewhere, is a window. And just because it's budget doesn't mean that this light can't look super profesh. If you're gonna use a window, a lot of times the best window to pick is the biggest window. This is going to look like a big, expensive light. So here I am filming Miles in front of these 2 windows, and look how professional the lighting looks. And if I didn't want the room to look so dark behind him, I could just flip on the ceiling lights. As long as those overhead lights aren't directly above his head, then it should still look great. One of the downsides to a window though is that you're limited in where you can place your subject. So we're lucky that we have a nice background and we happen to have a window in front of me here, but that's not always the case. So if I were filming an interview and I knew that the only light I had was window light, that's the first thing I'd be thinking about, and I'd be like, I'm just gonna make the background work around that. The other downside is that window lighting is not 100% consistent, so you can't control when a cloud rolls up, you know, like a very dramatic cloud right now. And starts blocking your sun, so that's something to keep in mind. Lastly, using a window as your key light means you're gonna be restricted as far as what time of day you can film. And so if you only have time in your schedule to film at night, then a window is not gonna do it for you. Now in our case, we do not wanna deal with Mother Nature's moods, and so we're gonna use an artificial light for our key light. Let's shut these so that we have a blank slate. All right. First, let's talk about the size of your key light. Again, your key light is your biggest light. That means it's going to spread light across your face, which is gonna look flattering. You don't want your key light to be a small light. That's gonna give this really harsh look, and this is just not cute. Next, let's talk about the height of your key light. We know we don't want a light to be too high or we're gonna get those nasty raccoon eyes, but you also don't want your main light to be too low or you're gonna look like you're at a campfire telling scary stories. So the best height for your key light is a little above eye level. And a good rule of thumb is to kind of aim it down 45 degrees at your subject or at your face. I do want to say real quick that there are no rules about this. Like maybe your story is kind of scary. If you want to put that light a little lower to give kind of a spooky feel, it's up to you. This is not a math equation. This is art, so do whatever feels good to you. Lastly, let's talk about the direction of your key light. So where exactly are you placing it in front of you? So your first option is to put your key light smack dab in front of you, straight on. That is going to spread the light out evenly across your face. You get this nice flat lighting. You get as few shadows as possible. It's also a very straightforward, honest look. So if you're doing a brand video and you want to seem like you're trustworthy, this might be a nice setup. Some people think that this setup is a little boring. They think the shadows on your face give you character. Other people are like, I don't need that kind of character on my face, but it's up to you. Now, if this straight-on lighting is not your thing, you can also place your key light all the way over to one side. This is gonna give you a very dramatic look where I've got half my face that's lit, half of it that's in the shadows, and so this would be a good option if maybe the story that you're telling is more serious, or maybe you're doing a documentary where you're interviewing somebody and we've got a serious topic, or you're doing a fictional piece where you're filming a villain who's talking, then you might want to consider side lighting. Now for our video, we're gonna place our key light somewhere in between, all the way over to the side and smack dab in front of us. And this key light position is a lot of filmmakers' favorite because we've got some dimension going on in the face. So, you know, this side is brighter than this side, but this side isn't totally in the dark. It's not too dramatic. It's not so shadowy that it's unflattering. So this is the lighting setup that I often use. So again, you can place your key light smack dab in front of you, all the way over to the side, or somewhere in between. It's totally up to you. There are no rules. It's whatever works best for the story you're trying to tell. By the way, if you're interested in cheat sheets like this that are going to recap what is covered in this lighting lesson, then you can check out the lighting guide that's linked down in the resources below.